Today on EA Sports. It's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the New York Giants.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Will swing complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Looking to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll set up a throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Jonathan Allen drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback from the University of Illinois.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10. Leach, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Leach. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Giants will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And they're going to speed things up here. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Leach. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They try the fake field goal. It doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down under pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And really, we're talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Leach.
He's got Bellinger.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Back to throw. Leach. He finds his man. Complete. It's Atkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Tracy trying the right side. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown, Giants! It's the fullback with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he fires one incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Third down, here's Tracy. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 7. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll look to throw again, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. Jaden Daniels, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And that one's gone to the half with the visiting Broncos on top. Darius Slayton, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Rashee Rice, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon.
A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Leach. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Back to throw. Leach. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
2nd down, here's Tracy. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Tracy. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was
and that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown from 3 yards out. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Taken down at the 42. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Right back to him on first down.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Looking to throw on second down. Leach. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that. And by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
To throw on second down. Leach, he finds his man, complete. It's Atkins. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw again.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Leach. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's got this down to the 35. On 1st down, Leach. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess? He didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
To throw on 2nd down, Leach. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Dexter Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing the Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Giants,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Detroit,
you can forgive them for having an eye toward the playoffs already as they finish at 15-2 on the year.
And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.